Hey, my name is Felix and welcome to my little corner of the back rooms. Today, we're checking out more Dreambound. Get into it. When was our last save? Ah, yes. Ugh. Oh, Miss Rose. Right, we moved classes. Good morning, class. Noah sat at his desk, his eyes lazily on his new teacher. It had barely been a few days, but he'd already found himself comfortable enough in his class. His fingers tapped against the worn wooden desk. Sure, he was getting used to it, but that doesn't mean he was pleased. At least I can still see August at lunch. I have some exciting news. We have a new student moving to this class. Again? Is it August? Did he manage to move classes? Correction, 2 students. Did they both manage to move classes? New students? 2 of them? That's crazy. Noah paused as he saw 2 shadows behind the door, waiting to come in. Come in, you 2! As the class visibly deflated, Noah nearly sprung out of his chair. 2 people, one with brown hair and another with blonde, walked airily into the room. We won't bother with an introduction because you all probably know each other anyway. Kaine and August are joining us from class 2-3. Oh yeah, dude. Make sure to give them a warm welcome. How did they pull that off? Noah blinked, once, then again, then a few more times for good measure. The 2 walked into the classroom and took the spare desks, August on his left and Kaine behind him. Just like before. August, with the same smile that reminded Noah of a sunrise, waved discreetly to him. Now, with that out of the way, let's get right into modern world history. Miss Rose, dressed impeccably, turned her back and lifted the whiteboard marker, ready to begin the lesson. Damn, dude. With her back turned, Noah scribbled down a message on the ripped-out corner of his workbook that read, I can't believe you managed this, with a smiley face with the nose. He paused for a moment before adding in one of August's signature smiley faces, with a nose. As inconspicuous as possible, Noah balled up the piece of scrap paper and tossed it toward August's desk, where it landed without a sound. August laid the note down on his desk, carefully straightening out the wrinkles. The corner of his mouth turned upwards as he read the message. Quickly, August opened up his pencil case and dug around inside a little, before pulling out a pen and writing something on the other side of the paper. Noah, suddenly feeling shy, traced the shallow scratches on the surface of his desk, with his fingertips. That was, until a little ball of paper landed on his desk in return. You have such pretty handwriting, dude. Noah smiled at the neat writing, every letter perfectly placed and undeserving of such a scrappy bit of paper. Kaine organized it, you should thank him. I thought so, because isn't his dad on the school board or something? Noah picked up his pencil again, quickly writing a reply under August's. By the way, your handwriting is really... Noah thought of the word cute, neat, sweet, pretty, he decided on. His own handwriting was plain and simple, neat, but with no frills. By comparison, August seemed bright and cheery. Noah balled up the scrap paper once again, ready to toss it back to August, when Miss Rose turned around. Something to share with the class, Noah? Although her words were serious, Noah could still see a faint twinkle in her eye, as if she understood that Noah was pleased to be back with his friends. No, Miss Rose. Red in the face, Noah shoved the note back into his pocket, all the while burying his face back into his textbooks. Miss Rose, unfazed, carried on with the class until the bell rang for lunch. Most of Noah's new classmates quickly shuffled out of the classroom, whether in a rush to get something from the cafeteria or a rush to get away from their schoolwork. August stretched out his shoulders and neck with a drawn-out sigh. Before Noah had a chance to move, Kaine had already approached his desk with an award-winning grin. How in the hell did you make this happen? Not bad, eh? Go on, praise me some more. Don't push it, but seriously, how? It was no big deal. Really? If it wasn't a big deal to you, I would love to see what is. August saddled up to stand beside Kaine, the 2 of them laughing at their joke. Noah couldn't help but notice that the 2 seemed closer than before. Uh-oh, jealousy. My mum organised it. I didn't ask her for much, so she was happy to oblige, I guess. In the end, I think a complaint was lodged against Mr. Floyd. The principal let the 2 of us move to this class since our parents insisted. Noah kicked at the wooden floor, his foot gliding across the polished boards. He deserved it anyway. They should hurry up and fire him already. Noah! Be nice. Look, are you going to tell us what happened? Noah winced. What could he say? He pretended to be my friend and told my parents everything I said. I trusted him. Just what could you have told him that would cause this kind of reaction? I'm not ready to tell anyone yet. Alright, fine. But I'm always here to talk, okay? Noah waved his hand dismissively. Yeah. Me too. You know I'm always happy to listen. At some point, both August and Kaine had pulled over their chairs and sat down. Thanks, August, really. With a sigh, Kaine dug around in his backpack looking for something, before presenting two almost matching lunchboxes. He slid one over the table to Noah, who looked at it in surprise over his flattened sandwich. What's this about? I was doing some cooking and thought you could use a pick-me-up. Kaine's famous cooking? Kaine blushed a little, but was obviously enjoying the praise. It's nothing exciting, don't get your hopes up. Noah's stomach rumbled as he opened the lunchbox and peered at its contents. Smell filled the room, making everyone's mouths water. It smells amazing. You know, Kaine wants to be a chef when he's older. Come on, I'm not good enough to be a chef. Oh, he's blushing! Oh, shut up, you know you are. By the looks of it, I'd say you definitely are. I mean, if it tastes as good as it smells. I'll make 3 next time then. Aww. Why wait? You can try some of mine. Really? Of course. Without a second thought, Noah raised the fork up toward August. Instantly, he recognized his mistake. What am I doing? Feeding your crush? But before he could move his hand, August took a bite. I used that fork first. It's almost a indirect kiss. Stop thinking, Noah. Delicious. You really are amazing, Kaine. I want to try some too. You have your own lunchbox. I'm not sharing. I'll just bring 1 lunchbox next time. It's so sad, dude. It's so obvious that Kaine likes him too. Oh wait, does that mean the sleepover is off the table? Looks like it. My parents told me I'm not allowed to hang around August anymore. The room went silent. Kaine and August's eyes locked in on Noah's face as the realization hit about what he just said. Shit. Why me in particular? I didn't mean to. It doesn't matter anyway. I'm going to hang out with you if I want to. Both of them still stared at him, unwavering. My parents don't really like you. But I've never even met them. They met your dad. But why don't they like me? I guess they said something like, you're too girly or something. I don't know, I don't care what they say. Oh. But I mean, they don't even know you. Like, even if you were. Noah instantly shut up. The one smile he had come to know so well had fallen off August's face. Well, we can always have a sleepover another time. Kaine laughed, but anyone could tell it was forced. The 3 sat in silence, finishing their lunches before the bells rang. August and Kaine went back to their desks, leaving Noah alone with his thoughts. Fuck. I wish I hadn't said anything. Awkward, dude. Awkward. The rest of the class passed by in a slow, drawn-out blur. Noah's workbook was empty apart from messy doodles along the edge of the page. By the time he looked up from packing his bag, August was long gone. No, dude! It was the first time he'd left without them. Noah swallowed, feeling a lump in his throat that he couldn't shake off. Should we go? Guess so. Don't take it too personally. It's not your fault. It is. I should have kept my mouth shut. Why would your parents say that anyway? I don't know. Look, let's go home. I have an idea, okay? You can leave it to me. I mean, I don't know, his parents are just assholes in general. They don't really like anyone. My phone's dying. Gentle sunlight fell through the canopy and onto the rocky mountain path, warming the 2 boys' faces as they walked silently. Noah stood slightly behind Kaine, his eyes stuck to the ground. Couldn't think of anything to say, and by the looks of it, neither could Kaine. His legs felt heavy, as if they were filled with lead. His heart ached. Thanks, Kaine. Noah reached out and took hold of Kaine's sleeve, pulling the other boy to a stop. He halted abruptly. It's no problem. Anyway, I haven't done anything yet. No, thanks for always, being there. Where else would I be? Noah's eyes finally left the ground. On Kaine's face was his classic, charismatic grin, but his eyes were warm and kind. You're my best friend. You better not ever forget that. You wouldn't let me forget that even if I wanted to. I guess you're stuck with me. Guess so. Feeling a little brighter, the two continued their trek. Quietly, Kaine's fingers traveled down to where Noah's hand had held on just a moment before. Dude, it's so obvious. Do you think he still has feelings for him, like in the present? Noah! Before his mother could get a word in edgewise, Noah retreated to his room and slammed the door hard. His only wish was that he could lock it from the inside. A pointless act in itself, seeing as the door could be unlocked easily from the outside. Noah waited a moment, with his ear to his door, waiting for the stomping of his mother coming to berate him for being so rude, but they never came. With a sigh, he sunk down to the ground, resting his back against the door. I'm an idiot. Maybe I can make it up to him somehow. I could draw a picture of him. He does have that photo of me. Maybe that's too lame? With his mind still undecided, Noah stood from his wooden floor and made his way to his desk, carefully stepping over the cushions that sat on the ground. Collapsing on his chair with a spin, he stared at his room. Furniture his parents chose, art on the walls that they'd placed there. A picture-perfect showroom. But it never felt like his. It never felt like him. The only place that felt like home was here, at his desk, where his art books were. Kept. Panic set in. Noah opened his drawers before jumping up to search through his backpack, but it was no use. He knew they weren't there. She took his fucking art books? Where are they? A knock finally sounded at his door. Noah, your brother's home. His panic became a dread that settled in the bottom of his stomach, eating away at him. Their relationship had always been rocky at best. It was almost as if he was a walking target to his brother, an overachiever in almost every field. Come out and greet him. But Noah made no move to open the door. His mother did it for him. Her arms were crossed over her chest, crinkling the dark silk. Where did my art books go? Noah's words were blunt and accusatory, but his mother just shook her head. Where have you left them, Noah? Honestly, you should spend less time doodling and more studying. I study plenty. Someone's moved my books. No one's moved them. Someone has. Don't you raise your voice at me. I said no one's touched your books. Who would? You're the only one that cares about them. Oh god, here he is, dude. What's all this yelling about? A voice, like the silk of their mother's shirt, smooth and slippery, came from down the hallway. Oh, Noah, happy to see me? Noah withdrew, his eyes wanting to settle on anything but his brother. But eventually he had no choice. With an emotionless voice he answered, Welcome home. His voice held a kind of charisma that many people had fallen for, despite the iciness that hid behind it. Have you seen my sketchbooks? Sketchbooks? You're still wasting time with that stuff. Me think. Asher paced back and forth in mock thought. Oh, were those the books on your desk? Yes, did you see them? Oh, that's too bad. Dad told me to take out the trash, so I thought you wouldn't want them. Oh, he's such a dick, dude. What? There might be some time to get them back, I guess. You! Noah, it was an honest mistake. You need to forgive your brother. It was no mistake. You did it on purpose. Noah, apologize. Fuck this. Her hand went to her mouth in shock. Where are they? In the bin outside? Oh no, let me show you. Don't worry, Mum. I'll help him get them back. You're a good boy, Asher. A better son to me than some. Oh, for fuck. Whatever. The further his brother led them from their shared home, the more anxious Noah began to feel. Alright, this'll do. All the charm had dropped out of his voice, replaced by a teasing sneer. He pointed further down the mountain. Down there, if you look real close, what can you see? The river? Bingo. Enjoy getting those books back, loser. Oh my god, dude, what the fuck? For a moment he was there, the next he was gone. His hand that had balled into fist at his side tightened before he punched a tree, hard. A line of blood dripped down his hand and onto the bark. Fucking asshole! With no time left to waste, Noah sprung into a run, racing toward the river. Huh? In what universe did Asher think Noah was the favorite child, dude? On what planet? If his heart hadn't already been broken by the day's event, Noah truly had. Stuck on the rocks and weeds of the river were his sketchbooks. Oh my god, this is the picture we put together for that old man. Just I think his was in like a sepia tone. Stray pages drifted around, obviously ripped out by someone. He's so vindictive, dude. Noah swallowed hard, not sure whether to shout or cry before he kicked off his shoes and jumped into the mostly calm river to retrieve what he could. The water was cold, made even more so by the quickly setting sun. It easily came up to his thighs, ruining his once perfect uniform. He reached out, desperate to save anything salvageable, but already many of the stray pages dissolved in his hands into mush. Just when he felt like the tears would start, Noah heard a sound from behind him, the gentle splashes of someone joining him. August, what are you doing? I am helping you get your books back. There's no point, they're just stupid drawings. August shook his head. They're not stupid. August slowly waded through the water till he stood across from Noah. You're getting all wet. Little water never hurt anyone. Something, dripping with good looks. That's what someone said in a book I read once, anyway. Silence stretched out between them as they collected the soggy art books. But instead of keeping his mind focused on the task, Noah couldn't help but stare at August, desperate for the words to fix everything. There were no miracle words that could fix everything. They didn't exist. And so, Noah defaulted to the only thing he could think to say. I'm sorry. It's fine, it's just water. No, I'm sorry about earlier. It's okay, it doesn't matter. It does matter. Matters a lot to me. Noah stumbled over a sudden outburst, but wasn't ready to stop yet. What they think is stupid. I don't care what they say about me, but I don't want them to say anything bad about you. I want to spend time with you. I want to hang out at school, and outside of it too. So I will. If you want, that is. I don't want to cause a problem between you and your parents. It's okay if you don't want to hang out with me anymore. No matter what, I want to see you. August suddenly let out the breath he was holding, and a smile came back to his face. Phew, good, because I really wanted to stay friends. At some point, Noah's heart had begun to beat hard and fast. He bit his lip. I should tell him. I like you. Did your brother do this? How did you know? I saw you two arguing. Yeah, he hates me. So he ruined one of the only things I love. What an asshole. I know it doesn't make it better, but let's replace all of this together. I'm not really good at drawing, though. Yeah. Noah? Noah, where are you? Oh, fuck, dude. Why her? Every time there's a good moment, it has to be ruined. Noah and August, with their arms filled with water-soaked books, quickly left the river. I should go. I don't want you to get in more trouble. But I'll see you at school tomorrow, okay? Yeah. See you tomorrow. Just as August disappeared one way, his mother appeared from another. What are you? Noah, you're soaked! I wonder who we can blame for that. You can't shift the blame for everything that happens in life, Noah. He did it. He threw all my art books into the river, and now they're all ruined. I'm sure it was an accident. Girl, don't piss me off. How? How could anyone accidentally do that? Not here to argue with you. You have a guest at home. And look at you. Your cheeks are all red. You're probably getting sick already. Noah frowned. The image of August beside him still stuck in his mind. Fine, I'm going home. You never give me the English. Alright. Oh, it's Kaine. That makes sense. All packed and ready to... Whoa, what happened to your clothes? Long story. What are you talking about there? Don't you remember? You're staying in my house to study for the test tomorrow. Test? Do we have a test? Right, the test. Let me go change and get my stuff. Only studying, yes? Yeah. Lee, I'm so happy that someone like you would be friends with someone like myself. I'll just throw hands, dude. She pisses me off so much. Would be friends with someone like my son? You can really depend on you. Haha, you flatter me, ma'am. Really, it's the other way around. What a good kid you are. Rolling his eyes, Noah quickly retrieved his things from his bedroom, packing a spare uniform and some PJs. When he reappeared, Kaine and his mother were still conversing kindly. From the sound of it, it mostly consisted of praise. I'm ready. Good. Well, it was nice talking to you, ma'am. We'll study extra hard tonight. Noah, make sure not to slow down, dear Kaine, alright? Right, as I'm obviously an idiot. I won't. Kaine went on ahead, holding open the door for Noah before letting it fall shut behind them. Thanks, Kaine. What exactly happened in the hour since I last saw you? It's a long story. Well, I have time to listen. Asher threw all my art into the river. He what? Why? Great question. I guess he just hates me. What would I know? Sorry it took so long then. I should have been there to help. Noah shook his head. You got me out of there. You're already the best friend I could have. Come on. I don't think they're looking out the window at us anymore. Kaine took a hold of Noah's wrist, leading him away from his parents' prying eyes. When he thought they had gone far enough, Kaine circled back before coming to a stop somewhere Noah hadn't expected. His next-door neighbor's house. They're staying at August's? What's going on? We're having that sleepover at August's house. What? Does August know about this? He's about to. Kaine, no. They can't just barge. Kaine quickly pressed the doorbell. From further inside, a breezy tune carried through the house, followed by footsteps. This is his dad? His dad's so pretty, dude. No wonder August's so pretty. His dad's really pretty. Hello? The door swung open, and standing in his place was a tall man with messy blonde hair and light blue eyes. Instantly, Noah recognized the man, despite having never met him. His eyes held a deep kindness, and a smile played upon his lips. This could only be August's father. Oh, Kaine, how wonderful to see you again. Noah blinked towards Kaine, flustered and curious, and he remembered that they probably met when they were moving classes. The kind-looking man's eyes traveled from Kaine to Noah. Oh, I'm Noah. I live next door. Awkwardly, Noah pointed toward his house, careful to stay hidden from any peering eyes. Noah, I was wondering when we would finally meet. August talks about you all the time. He does? All lovely things, I assure you. You can call me Jasper, by the way. Jasper! Dilf. Yeah, we'll pretend I didn't say that Anyway, what can I do for you two? We were wondering if we could see August. Of course you can. I'm sure he'll be thrilled to see his friends. August, you have guests? A moment later, a bespectacled face peered at them from behind his father. Noah? Kaine? What are you two doing here? His face held genuine surprise, but he was obviously pleased at this development. Well, you see, we were wondering if we could sleep over tonight. August's surprised face morphed into a wide, bright smile as he turned his eyes toward his dad. In return, his father chuckled and nodded. You two are practically family already. You're welcome any time. Come in, I'll show you my room. This is so cute, dude. The moment the trio stepped into August's bedroom, both Kaine and Noah could instantly tell it belonged to him. Unlike Noah's bedroom, this room felt like August. Despite his family being there for only a short amount of time, they should probably close those curtains. I'm gonna be so real. This is my bedroom. I'll go get us some drinks. Feel free to make yourselves comfortable. Noah's eyes went from one thing to another. August's bed, made perfectly. His pillows where his head rested every night. Next to his desk was a big, green leafy plant that made the room feel even more cozy. Noah eyed it up, thinking, I would have killed it already. What's the opposite of a green thumb? I don't know, black thumb? Lastly, his eyes fell to the blonde's desk. Hanging on the wall above it was a small collection of Polaroids, some older than others. Is that you? He instantly looked away, his cheeks hot. Hanging on August's wall proudly was the photo he'd taken of Noah from across their balconies. I didn't think he'd keep it. Shaking his head, Noah looked back at the other photos. Some were of August and his father, but one happened to stand out. He looked old and slightly faded, but well looked after. It showed a woman with kind green eyes smiling at whoever was taking the photograph. That's my mum. My dad says I look just like her. This is the only photo I've seen of her, though, so I can hardly tell. You do look like her. August sat down 3 colas on his desk, admiring the photograph himself. Noah's voice dropped to a whisper. I didn't think you'd keep that. August looked back at Noah out of the corner of his eyes. The moonlight shone in from the window, illuminating his face. I told you. I look at it whenever I'm feeling lonely. So cute. Dreams of a past long forgotten. Oh, we finished another chapter. The cement floor, forever stained by paint, was cool against Noah's palms. He knelt down to the ground, searching through boxes and shuffling around loose papers. Where is it? Where? Cardboard boxes were shoved out of the way. Cans of paint were tossed to the side. Maybe it's just because it's been so long. Maybe I've forgotten. Finally, his almost shaking fingers pulled out what he had been searching for. A large book, with once smiling faces adorning the cover. Noah had long since scribbled out their expressions, their grins forever mocking him for what he could not have. What should have been the second last yearbook of his life, but had become his last. He'd never wanted it, never looked inside. He'd been too scared, but Kaine gave it to him anyway. For some reason, the pages felt awfully heavy. Flick, flick, flick. His heart beat in sync to each page. Thump, thump, thump. The pages of the book sped up to the beat of his heart, until finally, someone from a long time ago stared back at him. Someone he didn't recognize. He screwed up his eyes, peering in closer. He should be recognizable, but instead it was like looking in a dirty, warped mirror. It's me. Beside him, Kaine stood with his signature-wide, charismatic smile. In truth, he hadn't changed too much from back in those days. Shaking his head, he ripped his eyes away from the broken image of himself and scanned the rest of the photos. People he hadn't seen or thought about in years graced the page, for better or for worse. But the person he was searching for wasn't there, no matter how hard he searched. It must have been before he moved into the class. I forgot. With a sigh that carried with it the heaviness of lead, he flicked absently through the rest of the pages before he flinched. The boy with a kind smile and warm eyes smiled back at him. His orange hair was ruffled and messy, as it always was, in a way that made you instantly want to trust him. His eyebrow twitched. The letters below seemed to be etched in blood one moment, then the next it was ink, perfectly normal. Luca. Who the fuck is Luca? He shut the book with a thud and tossed it to the side. Who the hell is Luca? What are you doing, by the way? So you're alive after all. Ivan, who had at some point made himself comfortable on the old couch that was stuffed into the corner of the room, shrugged. I usually am, for now anyway. I was looking for a photo of someone. We never did take that photo together, did we? I tried to draw you. I tried to paint a picture of you. But none of them are you. None of them could ever be you. Could ever capture you. Who the fuck is Luca? When I think back, my memories are too fuzzy to remember your face properly. Isn't that sad? Who will be left to remember you if not me? Am I not just like everyone else, forgetting you the moment you leave my sight? Ivan's voice interrupted Noah's thoughts. Couldn't find one. I never took one in the first place, as it turns out. Hey, did you see a guy with blonde hair yesterday, in that dream? Ivan shrugged. I don't know. Wasn't exactly keeping an eye out. A lot of blonde guys in the world. Hope he's okay. Noah wandered back toward the painting he'd finished last night. Once again, his fingers ran across the bumpy surface. Absent-mindedly, his fingers found the place he'd sat side by side with the man who looked exactly like August from his memories. He felt the sweeping wind, the soft cloud beneath him. He felt those green eyes on him, ever smiling. I thought you couldn't paint. I can't. Or I couldn't? Oh. Guess you should be spending more time in dreams after all. Looks like they solved your little issue. Ivan picked up the remote and turned on the TV. A news reporter's solemn voice carried into the room. At approximately 5:45 this morning, another body was found in West Park. Police have sectioned off the area. Noah froze. West Park. Not far from back home. Tentatively, he dropped down to sit beside Ivan, his eyes glued to the screen. Asha? For a reason he could not explain, a deep feeling of dread had settled into the pit of his stomach. About that charm. Right, he never took it, did he? The deceased has been identified by his family as Sebastian Carter, age 23. Sebastian was last seen just yesterday evening. Sebastian? I don't know if Sebastian, I don't think. Police have released a statement saying that markings matching previously discovered bodies were present. Someone you know? He went to my high school. I kind of knew this girl he had a thing for. You stole his girlfriend? I didn't think you had it in you. No! God, no. She was absolutely not my type. I mean, I liked her, but not like that. She and him weren't really dating. He was just obsessed with her or something. I don't want to think about it. The image on the TV changed to an artistic replication of the mysterious markings. Noah glanced sideways at Ivan. Hang on. Let me save. I'm gonna ask him. What do their markings mean? Why are you asking me? Don't play stupid. Or what if I'm not playing? Do you have to answer every one of my questions with another question? Touché. Or should I say, touché? Well, whatever. It's not like it's a secret. It just means they were killed in their dreams. How do you know that? I just know. Isn't it common knowledge? I thought it was. No, it's not. Why would that make markings appear, though? Great question. And the answer is... no clue. I'm not the bearer of all knowledge. Yeah, I realized that a long time ago. First, it was a side effect of dreams on the human body. So I guess that confirms what Ivan is saying, at least. Someone is killing people in their dreams. A reaper. Noah eyed Ivan carefully. If killing people in dreams gives them their markings, does it also give them to the murderer? So you knew people were getting murdered? Guess so. Ivan nodded, sipping at a juice box he'd pulled from some dark corner. Where did he get that? Why haven't you done anything about it? What exactly do you want me to do? People die every day. It's not really my problem. Not really my problem. Is it my problem? My mother, my father, Sebastian, Mr. Floyd was terrified. Asha could have died the same way. They're all related to me. Noah covered his mouth with his hand, halfway between shock and disgust. Huh. So, are you going to do something about it then? You don't seem like the hero type. I've been able to paint ever since this started. Ivan flashed a rare smile. You're really a selfish bastard. I respect that. Hey! I'm not judging you. Actually, I'm suddenly finding you a lot more interesting. If I look into this, will I see you again, Crow? Ugh. Then maybe I have no choice but to look into this properly. If only to see him. Crow. Who? The blonde guy I mentioned to you. I met him last night. He said his name was Crow. He looks like someone I knew a long time ago. Another person like us. Boy, the Bader-Meinhof phenomenon is real, huh? What the fuck is Bader-Meinhof? I don't know. I don't know if he was a part of the dream or not. He seemed too real, but he died. So how would it be possible? Well, he's either real or he's not. There's no in between. Right. Just need to work out if he's real or not. If August could really be... A sudden shuffling sound broke Noah's line of thought, followed by the creak of his apartment door opening. A face filled with worry appeared out of the darkness. His expression started to soften upon seeing Noah, but soured again when he saw Ivan. Kaine! Did you not get my message? I've been worried sick about you. Oh. Noah fished out his phone and quickly turned it on. 7 missed calls and numerous more texts, all from Kaine. Sorry, I didn't mean to barge in. When you didn't respond. Dark bags rested underneath his eyes, a clear sign of how worried he had truly been. A small amount of guilt settled in Noah's stomach before he shook it off. Sorry, I've been a little busy. With? Kaine's eyes went to Ivan, then to the painting that still sat finished on the easel. The paint was long dry. With another long sigh, he placed his bag down on the ground and walked toward Noah. His balled fists relaxed enough to take hold of Noah's arm and gently pull him from the couch and into his kitchen. Why is he mad? Noah, I don't know what exactly is going on, but I know it's way too dangerous for you to be involved with. Please, for my sake, don't do this. I realize. I know what I'm doing, okay? You don't need to worry about me. But I do, and I will. I don't want to lose you too. There's no choice. Of course there is. You're making a choice right now. Yes, I am. It doesn't feel too bad. Finally making a choice. You saw them, didn't you? My paintings, they're beautiful. They really are, and I'm so happy you're painting properly again, but there has to be another answer. There's not. This is my answer. They're not as important as your life. Maybe not to you. Oh my god. He doesn't know how to mind his business. What are you guys arguing about? Hang on. None of your business. We're trying to have a private conversation here. You seem to butt into things that have nothing to do with you quite a lot, huh? It's as much his business as it is yours. Kaine rubbed at his temples, obviously frustrated. Why do you care so much? I don't know. What do you want me to say? That my conscience has gotten the better of me? I don't have an answer. All I know is that people somehow related to me are dying, and looking into it is letting me paint again. That's all I need. Art is all I need. Related to you? Go check yourself, it's true. My mom, dad, Sebastian from school, Mr. Floyd was terrified, and I think Asher was targeted too. Fine. I understand you wanting to be able to paint again, but I don't understand why you would care if they were dead or not. What? Didn't you want them dead after what they did to you? Kaine? I don't know. Maybe I did a long time ago. Maybe I still do. Maybe I don't care either way, but... Come on. You don't need to give him some deep meaning. You want to paint. Investigating is helping you paint. Be your selfish self. No one asked you. I want to see August again. Noah, August is... Kaine sighed loudly, tiptoeing around the words that nearly came out of his mouth. Whoever that was, it wasn't August. August isn't here anymore, you know that. You saw him, you heard his voice. How could that not be him? Don't know. Then help me find him. How am I meant to do that? Your work, don't you have access to all kinds of records and databases? Isn't there something you could do? If you checked around about him, maybe he's not really... If I want to lose my job... Noah, you know I would do anything to help you, but this won't bring him back. This isn't safe. Please, just forget about all of this. I'll try to help you paint again myself. We can fix this. No, if you won't help me, then I'll work it out myself. Come on. Let's go out and get some food and talk everything over. Don't want to. Why are you so against him going into dreams anyway? Noah said it wasn't safe. Even I can tell that much. And that's putting aside the fact that there could be a murderer skulking about in the shadows. Don't want to lose anyone else. Anyone else? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Ah. So this crow guy you met in the dream looked like August, who is dead? It was starting to get interesting. Interesting? Kaine's voice was low and serious. This isn't something to joke about. Please, just leave. Noah! Now. Fine, if that's what you want. I'm only trying to help you, though. And once again, I never asked for your help. No! Oh. Maybe you didn't. With those words, he let go of Noah's wrist and quickly retreated from the room, a pained expression glued to his face. A few moments later, both Noah and Ivan heard the front door lock with a click. So you want to know if this crow is your friend August? Noah nodded wordlessly. And August died 6 years ago. Uh-huh. Any way to confirm that? Did you see him? What? No, I didn't go into the hospital room. His dad told me. He has a grave back home. Apparently, I wasn't there when Ivan flashed one of his lopsided grins. Short of grave robbings, there's got to be some way to find out if he's really there or not. Kaine works in security in the government, but he won't help. You heard him. I don't really want to get him fired, but why not break into his office then? Ivan! What? Break into a government building? Are you insane? Why not? You can't be serious. I'm as serious as you are, sir. Tell me, how much do you want to find out about Crow? It's not like I can research for someone named Crow. No, but you can look up August. See if he's really as gone as you think he is. Or if there's anything else on him. Hidden. Governments do like to hide things. But why? If anything happens, you can just hop into a dream. No one will be the wiser. I'm starting to think he might be a bad influence on me. Just starting. At some point, Ivan had pushed a pile of dirty clothes covered in paint to the side and sat up on the counter, finally meeting Noah's eye to eye. He smirked before jumping down from the surface. Let's go then. Right now? Have you got anywhere else to be? Let me just go grab something. What the helly? Once again, Noah dug through piles upon piles of books and painting supplies in search of the item he needed. Just in case I do see him again. Finally, he pulled it free, an old journal with a worn leather cover. Inside, an assortment of waterlogged sketches he'd done in high school. It was still only half filled. He hadn't touched it in years, couldn't. He shoved it into a small satchel along with a cheap mechanical pencil before quickly putting it over his head to rest on his shoulder. What's that? Nothing important, let's go already. Ivan didn't offer any other words. Instead, he walked through the pile of art supplies toward the front door. Noah froze. Out of the corner of his eyes, a small patch of green sat motionlessly, and it seemed to be calling out to him. He turned around on his heel and opened one of the spare water bottles Kaine had left at one point or another and watered the plant. It almost seemed to perk up instantly with the action. Satisfied, Noah turned to follow Ivan, but not before his eyes trailed back over his latest painting. Okay, let's... I'm so torn. I don't want to make the video too long. People don't usually watch them when they're too long. The night was dark and cool. Noah drew in his light jacket closer to himself, but it offered little in the way of warmth. When he eyed up Ivan, he felt all the more colder. His holographic jacket still hung loosely off of one shoulder, almost proudly displaying the markings on his arm. Noah tried to contain his curiosity, knowing full well the man wouldn't answer his question about it. He'd already tried to ask about them, both subtly and not so subtly, but that was something Ivan wasn't willing to give up. Noah heaved a sigh. I'm an idiot, following this guy in the middle of the night. Jet black clouds passed overhead, dimming the already darkened streets. It was a sight Noah wasn't quite used to anymore. When he was younger, he would often go out alone at night and wander through the mountains around his home. At those times, the air around him seemed to stand still, as if it were waiting for something. The breeze that blew through the treetops seemed to whisper secrets into his ears. And lastly, the sky above him seemed to hold infinity. Vast, endless. When he was below that sky, alone and in the dead of night, he felt content. Noah looked up toward the sky. A few stars, but nothing compared to what he used to see. I wonder when the last time I looked at the stars was. Seems like the world kept spinning while I was gone. If you keep staring upwards, you'll trip over something. What do you care? I don't. It's just an observation. Whatever. Ivan walked slightly ahead of Noah, the metallic color of his outfit almost glowing under the dire streetlights. You know the way? I didn't even tell you where he works. To the building on Ward Street. Why do you know that? You're not going to ask me how I know? No, I don't think I want to know. But it's not exactly on the first floor. How exactly are we going to break into it? Ivan pulled his hand from his pocket and spun something around on his finger. A keychain, on which held an ID card and a key. Noah peered in closer. How? Did he steal it from Kaine? He was stupid enough to leave his bag with me when he pulled you into the kitchen. Oh my god, Ivan! So you just robbed him? Yeah. Guess it'll come in useful this time. Do you always do that? Uh-huh. Right. Good save. Why are you helping me? Why are you helping me anyway? Hey, I asked you a question. I don't know. I was just wondering if you were an idiot or something. What? I already told you, you piqued my interest. Nothing else to it. You're going to break into a government building with me. There's something more than interest there. There has to be. That's not something a normal person does. Ivan shrugged, rolling his eyes at the same time. What else is new? You're insane. Maybe. Who cares? Thanks. I wouldn't be able to do it alone. Ivan's rare smirk returned to his face. No shit. The further they walked, the higher the buildings became. The further they walked, the higher the buildings became as they stepped into the business district. No one walked the streets, save a stumbling drunk on the opposite side of the road. Noah grimaced and looked away. Best to ignore people like that, not draw their attention. That's where you draw the line. You have some strange morals. You're one to talk, like you have any at all. You steal from anyone and everyone. Don't give a shit about murder. Why use morals anyway? I find they just get in the way of what needs to be done. You're always so indifferent. I'm starting to worry that you're a serial killer yourself. Ivan shrugged again, further proving Noah's point. Maybe. Suddenly, Ivan stopped in his tracks and looked up. A tall building reached up into the sky, a metal stain on the heavens. It seemed almost as if it would rip the sky in two, but of course it didn't. It just sat there, ominous and foreboding, as if waiting for them in particular. Noah swallowed hard. This is it. There's 3 cameras facing the entrance, probably another 2 in the lobby, 1 in the left, all wireless. Ivan mumbled to himself, clearly thinking hard. How does he know all of this? Let's go. Wait, what about the cameras? I'll handle them. Follow me. Ivan's footsteps were unrushed, his actions calm and collected, just like his entire personality. He walked forward before reaching into his pocket, pulling out something the size of a phone. Except this obviously wasn't his phone. Instead, 4 antennas poked out from the top of the handheld device. Upon closer inspection, Noah thought it reminded him more of a handheld radio. What is that? Ivan, ignoring Noah's words, started turning a dial on the side of the device slowly and deliberately. His hand stopped. He stared up at the surveillance camera, as if he could see inside of them. Supposedly satisfied, he stepped out of the shadow and up the stairs to the entrance in full view of the cameras. A radio jammer? You really have done this more than once. Noah sped up to walk side by side with the white-haired man. When they reached the entrance, Ivan scanned Kaine's keycard. Which quietly beeped 3 times before the doors opened wide. Inside, the lobby was wide and dead silent. Their footsteps echoed through the empty space. Noah all the more aware of how loud they really were. Ahead were the lifts, the jammers still in hand. They beeline toward them. What floor? I don't... Noah thought back to all the times Kaine had stopped by, all the times he had sat behind him and talked despite Noah never responding. How much had he told Noah that he'd never heard? How long had he not been listening? Why was it only now that he could finally hear again? 11th floor, I think. I don't know what room though. Okay. Let's save. As much as I would like to continue, I really should stop now. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Take care of yourself, and as always, I will see you in the next one.